It's a beautiful day in Florham Park, and we're just a few days away from kicking off this year's 2015 New York Jets training camp. And Eric, when you look at this defense, we're going to talk about the highly publicized front seven, but one of the guys that have come back home, cornerback Revis. Talk about the impact of having him back in and around the locker room, but not only that, just rocking the green and white.
Well, it's huge. It's huge. Todd Bowles said in Indianapolis at the Combine, we have to fix our corner issues. And the Jets went out, not only grabbed Revis, but his old partner in crime, and Antonio Cromartie, and a guy you know very well, Jameer, and Buster Screen. So all of a sudden, there is tremendous depth at the cornerback position. Two veterans who impressed Todd Bowles this spring were Marcus Williams and veteran Darren Wallace. Oh, by the way, here's two wild cards for you. Dee Milner and Dexter McDougal, both on the mend. Let's see if they can come back and contribute as well. Revis, it all starts with his example. Jameer, he's the best practice player I have ever seen in my 15 years in the National Football League. He sets the tone for the guys out here.
EA, when you look at that defensive line last season, you had 45 sacks up front. These guys, they come to play.
They certainly do. You're talking about Damon Snacks Harris and the nose tackle. Don't forget about him in the middle because he's a great run stuffer. Who are you going to double team up front? We know about Mo Wilkerson, last year's MVP Sheldon Richardson. He'll be active throughout training camp and he can take part in the preseason games, but he's going to be out for the first 4 games of the 2015 campaign. Oh, by the way, the Jets added depth to this defensive line, getting arguably the top defensive talent in the draft in Leonard Williams. I'm going to be fascinated to see, Jameer, if this coaching staff, Todd Bowles, Pepper Johnson, Casey Rogers and company, are able to get him working with that first team defense throughout training camp to prepare him for the first quarter of the season.
Now, Eric, when you look at this defense on paper, they have the potential of being one of the best units in the National Football League.
Well, yeah, and you said it. That was the key word, and that's what Todd Bowles will say too. It's on paper. They haven't proved anything yet. They're going to have to go to camp, work together, communicate, and then they're going to have to put it to the field. One thing that I want to see from this defense to take that next step is takeaways. Last year, 13. That means they were 32nd in the National Football League. On paper, like you said, Jameer, they should be able to force more takeaways. You got ball hawks back there. You got Revis. You got Antonio Cromartie. You got Buster Screen, who had 4 interceptions last year with the Cleveland Browns. And then you have those big guys up front who are going to get more coverage sacks, and quarterbacks aren't going to want to sit there against this pass rush. So for the Jets to take the next step on defense, more takeaways in 2015.
One of the huge takeaways, Eric, is that Jet Nation can come out and root their team on July 31st right here in Florham Park at the Jets facility. Visit NewYorkJets.com because tickets are free and practice gets underway at 2:20.